So an interesting question that I used to see from people all the time was basically, should I go ahead and fix my old iPhone or should I just go ahead and buy a brand new iPhone? Now, this is kind of a complicated question and I'll try my best to kind of answer it, but it really depends on how old that specific iPhone is and how much it's going to cost to fix it. So for number one, if you basically have like an iPhone 14 Pro, it honestly might just make more sense to go ahead and just repair it depending on how much it would cost to repair. If it costs less than $500 to repair the iPhone 14 Pro or a newer iPhone that you have, maybe it'll make sense to go and just, basically just repair it, especially if you don't have any of that data saved. But if you do have all of your data backed up and it's just a broken iPhone, maybe it's not even yours yet, maybe you were planning on buying a broken iPhone, in that case, you have to see how much it costs, add that value to how much you're paying for, and if those two values are less than basically what a brand new iPhone would cost, or a used iPhone for that matter would cost, you should go and pick it up, but honestly it's very rare that ever equals out, and usually you're going to spend more money fixing the iPhone than you probably even planned. So even in that point, there's no point even buying a broken iPhone. But if you are currently having your iPhone that's broken, and let's say it's an older iPhone, let's say it's an iPhone 7 or an iPhone 7 Plus, and it's a broken iPhone, you don't really need the data on it, but you've been using it and, it's kind of whatever. If you don't need it, you don't need it, but you want to kind of see if you should fix it to kind of keep it, using it a little bit longer. Any iPhone that is unsupported with software currently, there's very few reasons to ever keep an iPhone like that, unless you want it as a backup phone. If you're planning on fixing your iPhone 7 Plus or whatever iPhone it is, and you plan on using that iPhone on an everyday basis, it makes zero sense to do that at all, and it would probably make more sense to go ahead and just save that money, buy an iPhone that's maybe a little bit more expensive, and then just go ahead and go down that direction. So that is the big thing. If that iPhone that you're having is unsupported, then I would not recommend fixing it at all, and I would just recommend actually upgrading and going through and buying something that is still supported with software. And if you go to Apple's website, they can show you exactly what iPhones are available, and within iOS 16's update panel or the iOS update panel that year, they'll basically show you what iPhones are supported for that year, and you should pick one of those iPhones. The cheaper ones are going to be at the bottom, but I wouldn't really recommend fixing and repairing one of those iPhones. Now, all those iPhones that are still left, the iPhone 10s, the 11s, the 12s, all those iPhones in between, if you're somebody who basically has one of those types of iPhones, let's say an iPhone 11, and let's say you have a cracked display and cracked LCD, it's going to cost you $300 to fix it, I would probably just go ahead and wait and see how long I can use that iPhone for personally with a broken display. If it's a cracked LCD, there's really nothing you can do, but if it's a cracked display, if it's a thing like that, I would just kind of see how much longer I can use that phone for. If it's like unusable, then I would probably end up fixing it if I'm being honest, in case I needed the data and needed the, my pictures and stuff that are on that phone. But if I had already had everything backed up and it was going to cost $300 to fix it, I know that I could probably buy an iPhone 11 in the used market, probably even a higher spec than mine, maybe like twice the amount of storage, than probably what that iPhone 11 is that I currently own. So I would probably just go ahead and shop, just kind of see what's available in the used market. If I'm willing to spend maybe an extra $100 at $400, maybe I can upgrade to an iPhone 12, kind of mess around with the price tags a little bit there too. Those types of things probably will make a little bit more sense for some people as they kind of go through it. In my head, that's kind of exactly where I go through. But to the average person, I think they'll just go walk into the Apple store, have Apple fix their iPhone, and then go from there. So I think personally, the best thing you can do is to weigh your odds in that situation. See how much it costs to buy a used iPhone in the used market, for the upgrade cost essentially. See how much your current iPhone costs, and if the repair costs more than a used iPhone that, is basically the same one you have. And if you don't need the data within your iPhone, you might as well probably just go and buy a used iPhone for that point and just kind of transfer your data or transfer what you can on that newer iPhone and then start from there. And that's kind of how I would answer that tricky question. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that'll mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.